Welcome back to Cyber Sea of Galilee, DSMME, on this beautiful Sunday, the Lord's Day, January 31st. We are ending the month of January already. Where did it go? In any case, to me, there is a theme in our readings today. You can pick up your own theme, perhaps, or Father Will at Mass, or your own readings, whatever. But I do think one of the themes today really has to do with the fact that we have to trust God more. Now, that's a big theme, and that's played out in a lot of different ways. But one of the things I think the gospel stories constantly tell us, basically, is that God will bless us to the degree that we allow Him to. That we're the ones who kind of hold the buttons on or off. And if we keep that green button on His graces inside our hearts and inside our lives, even when things don't look that clear, even when sufferings come, then He will continue to bless us. And I think maybe that's a good visual. Keep the button on His graces. Don't doubt God. Don't question Him. Yes, work to your full capacity, but continue to trust. See the bright side, because God is there. So, where am I getting this from? Basically, there's one psalm for the responsorial psalm, Psalm 95. If today you hear His voice, harden not your hearts. Why would we harden our hearts? We push the red button. Stop. We don't want any more. I don't want any more. I don't trust you. You've asked too much suffering of me. I'm too anxious. I'm too disturbed. I'm too whatever I may be too. When in reality, I'm not enough giving myself to God. So the problem's not that I'm over something. The problem is way under the gift of self to God. So if I want to change, I have to beef up my trust in God. God's foolishness is wiser than human wisdom. We think we know it all. God's foolishness, when He's foolish, He knows more than we do. And God's weakness is stronger than human strength. When He's at His weakest, which God never is. But isn't that an interesting comment from 1 Corinthians, first chapter? That if we imagine God being weak, which He never is, and He is always the same, and He doesn't get weak, but we can't even imagine His strength. And my puny strength compared to His is ultimately nothing. And that's played out in a saint whose feast day is today, St. John Bosco. St. John Bosco felt weak many times. He was a poor farm boy. He ended up founding one of the greatest religious communities in the entire church, the Salesians. There are women Salesians all over the globe today. There are priest Salesians all over the globe today. They tend to work more so with poorer children, because that's what he did in Turin, Italy, at a time when there were so many poor children. And who was he to take on the world? And he was asked that by people so many times who didn't begin to have an ounce of the faith that he did. And through him and the people who believed in him, in particular his mama Margarita, his own mother, who left everything to be able to help her son as a priest, help these boys. Many, many Salesian saints are named on the altars of the church today. What one person can do who realizes God's foolishness is wiser than anything we can think of, no matter how smart we think we are, and His strength, His weakness is stronger than all the strength we can muster up. Let go and let God. What a beautiful message to daily reflect on, but in particular on this beautiful Sunday. Stay in the heart of Mary next to Jesus, her Son, and keep asking Jesus to whisper to you how much He loves you. God bless.